When considering diets and liquids for body repair and nourishment, it's important to recognize how everything is interconnected. In holistic sciences, to say that any type of food or diet does not affect an individual's physical mental energy directly or indirectly is disadvantageous to say the least. Diet, liquids, types of foods have an impact on our whole physiology in the short, mid, or long term, favorable or unfavorable. Today, the modern diet, even in economically advanced regions, is recognized as being a causative factor in several chronic lifestyle-related health issues. Numerous reputable sources state that high intake of the contemporary Western diet is particularly unhelpful as it involves highly processed methods, nutrient depletion, long shelf life additives, synthetic preservatives, and so on. A common thread in contemporary foods is stimulating appetite. On the other hand, in the ancient foods and holistic sciences, diet, liquids, and foods are treated as, firstly, a vehicle of nourishment, detox, repairing, and preventative tools, with particular focus on natural whole foods, enabling an individual to enjoy potential energy resourcefulness, strength from within, and being in tune with the adaptability required to live well. This is an example of a positive systemic effect. Diet and liquids serve a purpose bigger than just feeding appetite. Let's look at appetite versus hunger. Firstly, appetite refers to the natural desire or craving for food. It is influenced by various factors, including physiological needs, emotional states, and environmental cues. Appetite can vary from person to person and can be affected by hormones, stress, and even social contexts. While hunger typically signals a physiological need for food, appetite encompasses a broader range of influences that can stimulate the desire to eat, even when not physically hungry. Appetite is a complex phenomenon that reflects the desire for food rather than a physiological need, and it is closely linked to the brain's neurochemical processes and emotional states. It is suggested that the hypothalamus plays a central role in this regulation, acting as a command center that processes signals associated with hunger and fullness. Neurotransmitters, including ghrelin and leptin, help mediate this interplay. While ghrelin stimulates the brain to signal appetite, leptin informs it about energy reserves. However, appetite is not solely driven by these physiological cues. It is also influenced by psychological factors, such as emotions and environmental stimuli. For example, habit, an extension of the mind, can influence how we eat and what we eat. An unconscious habit can add to poor dietary choices. Thus, appetite can be understood as a desire for food that is shaped by hormonal signals, emotional well-being, and cognitive processes, highlighting its distinction from the more basic physiological need for nourishment. Hunger is primordial, as it is a fundamental physiological need that drives the body to seek nourishment and sustain life, this being more in line with the holistic viewpoint. In holistic practices, body, mind, and energy support one another, highlighting the importance of organic, natural foods. These foods are nutrient-dense, energy-efficient, and offer therapeutic benefits, promoting overall physiological healthfulness. Another important point in holistics is that overconvenience can be a form of anti-nutrition. Recognizing poor diet practices can be the difference between bettering healthfulness or its lack. It is also suggested that contemporary eating patterns are predisposed to the satisfaction of taste, appeal, and convenience alone. Appeal and appetite are interconnected. The appeal of a food, through how it looks, smell, and taste, can increase a person's appetite to eat it. Essentially, something appealing can enhance or stimulate one's appetite, making it more enticing, based predominantly on desire and therefore fueling choice. Although our senses are holistically a part of our physical fabric, however, manipulation of senses at the detriment of the integral being is different, overshadowing the fundamental point of food to nourish the body and optimize healthfulness, supporting the body to be free from dis-ease and imbalance. On the other hand, holistically, diet is used as a vehicle of physical mental energy empowerment. It plays a major role in inner homeostasis, an emphasis on gut, mental, and energy integrity, which is the modern-day equivalent of the gut-brain axis. Simply, the gut speaks to the brain. Whatever we eat means the body must process. For example, long-life food, synthetically preserved foods, may be counterproductive on the digestive system as it tries to digest, distribute, and eliminate. Holistic sciences state it's not just about introducing more foods, high-ticket items, and methods of nutrition, but to begin with what is already being consumed and the method in which it is being taken to identify potential anti-nourishment practices. Here, anti-nutrition refers to substances in certain foods that can inhibit nutrient absorption, food categories, and methods of consumption. For instance, we previously discussed the degrading effect of heating natural honey, which at natural temperature is a rich source of nutrition. Anti-nutrition also encompasses various types of foods, such as processed and synthetically grown items, which may trigger anti-nutritional factors. Overall, it's about understanding the broader context of holistic diets rather than focusing only on potential drawbacks. Lastly, the term systemic refers to something that impacts or pertains to an entire system rather than just a single component. Based on observations and empirical evidence, the term demonstrates how different parts work together within a larger framework. In healthfulness, this means recognizing how different body systems, like the digestive, circulatory, and nervous systems, work together and affect one another. A holistic view encourages a balanced intake of sustenance that supports the entire body rather than merely addressing isolated symptoms, leading to more effective and sustainable outcomes. Subject to individual suitability and individual health status.